Yo, it's your boy Alien, and I'm gonna show you how I got a 5 elimination 6th place during the Solo Victory Cup, landing at Lethal Labs, the most contested spot on the map, apparently. So, apparently, Lethal Labs is the most contested spot on the map, but I only got contested by one person. Also, thank you to all the people who viewed my last video as I beam this kid out the air. There we go. 100, 200, dead. Let's go. Sorry, Brian. But yeah, anyways, thank you to everybody that took out the time to view my last video. Also, we got 5 likes. So if we can get 5 likes on this video, that'd be much appreciated. Appreciate y'all. But back to the game. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just looting the POI. I'm making sure no one landed with me, I think. And I'm just going for all the chests that I see until I get my loadout. So my loadout is going to be a shotgun, a spray weapon, and then we got the 3 M's. Shout out to Michael, my son. But yeah, we got the 3 M's. We got mats, max mats at that, max meds, and max mobility. You're going to need that in order to do well. You know why? Because max mats, you can always build a box, and building a box is the safest thing in Fortnite. You want max meds because while you're trying to get to the middle of the zone to build a box, you could get beamed. If you get beamed, or if you get W keyed, if you I can't take myself serious, but anyways, if you get W keyed mid game, you might have to use mats, you might have to use heals. So you want to make sure you have the most of those to keep you alive the longest, because those things are going to keep you alive the longest. By the way, I'm watching this on the VOD. You can watch VODs on your console, any of you console players. This is recorded directly on my PS5, but let's stay on topic. So you want to have the 3 M's. So the 3 M's is max mats, max mobilities, and max meds. And now the reason why you need max mobility is because some people may think, oh, I have a jetpack, I'm good to go. As you can see in my inventory, I have 100 fizz. And having 100 fizz is so good because really what it allows for is you can like just tap fizz like once, which is only 5 of the fizz, which that gives you 20 uses, which means that's like 20 rotates. So you can fizz rotate, you can just hit the fizz once, now you're at 95 and you still got 19 more to go. So that's pretty good. But yeah, what I'm doing here, I'm just capping out my metal. I have a shotgun, I have an AR, I have max heals, and I have max mobility. So once I get this 500 metal, then I'm just gonna go camp. As you can see, I'm blocking off anywhere where I can get shot from while I'm farming this. Now, I'm gonna give y'all some tech. If you mark 30 meters away, anything before the 30 meters, you can see footsteps. So that's just if you think you're getting pushed, if you see footsteps, that means they're 30 meters away, or they were crouch walking up on you and they're right on you. So either one of those. But yeah, anyways, let's stay on topic. So if you have max mats, max meds, max mobility, and you have a shotgun and spray weapon, that is everything you need. So you don't need to go looting through chests to find the perfect shotgun, because in endgame, trust me, you're gonna see a 31-year-old Fortnite player get 3 kills in the endgame in a pretty stacked lobby. I would say this game was pretty stacked. Like, I'm not just gonna say that this was a bot game, like a ranked game when everyone just keys at the beginning. No, people were actually trying to win. I have 56 points. This is early in the tournament, so keep in mind this is good players that I'm going against. So let's keep it going. So you need max mats, max meds, max mobility, and if you can get 100 fizz, then you can get 100 fizz. Right now, I'm carrying bigs because those are easy to buy from the vending machine if you have gold, which is very important. Also, don't spend too much time at vending machines because you could just get keyed because everyone's going to it. I say just get your stuff and go. Um, but yeah, so you want to have minis, I would say, over bigs. This is just my opinion. Bigs, nothing wrong with bigs. It's just with minis, you get so many uses. You get 6 uses, and those are very quick heals. Like, it's not like if you start popping it and you get shot, then it's gone. Like, it's very low grief. It's very, like, secure. If you have minis, like, that's so good to have. Um, as you can see, I'm looking to try to get a surge tag on this person. You want to pay attention to how many people are alive compared to the zone that you're in, because you could just randomly end up in a surge game and not know anything to do in that because now you're getting ticked for surge and like you're in a high pressure situation. And there's nothing you can really do once you're getting ticked for surge. Like, it's really difficult. So I have everything that I need. What I do is I set up a little spot to camp. Now, people watching this that's gonna want a W key, you're probably gonna try to like find people doing this now. But like I don't even advise W keying. Like I just say just avoid fights because you're gonna use mats if you go against a good player. You're gonna use your heals and you can get third party. So I say just mind your business and sit around in a cone, in a bush, in a building. If you're confident, you can make a box out in the open. I would say do metal, but you just want to do that. Like you don't want to go around looking for fights because I mean, unless you're like a pro, unless you're a Peter bot, like unless you're like dropping 20 bombs in the first games and like 30 bombs in ranked, I just don't think you should try W keying. But let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. Um, so like I said, I got top 5K on this in this game, and my plan is to do better than the next time. So there's another cup this upcoming week, and I plan to do better than top 5K. All you need is top 2K. All you need is top 2K to qualify for finals, and then in finals, all you have to do is win a game to get your first earnings. Shout out to Marlon. He made finals and he had a top 5. He had another really good game in finals as well. So he's really close to getting his first earnings. He's at 5K PR. He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing for real. Um, Shout out to K Fudd as well. I was able to run a couple games with him. Got some content. Be sure to check out the TikTok. I be posting the TikToks. Sometimes YouTube don't let me post, so like you just have to bear with me. If you follow me on YouTube, you can follow me on TikTok. Just search Alien, you'll find me. Um, but yeah, so next thing is you wanna. This is kind of backtracking. I just gotta throw this in there just so you can like remember this. This is important. So I wouldn't just backtrack if it wasn't important. Please, please, please practice your drop and know your plan off spawn. I landed Lethal Labs. However, it it doesn't matter. Like you can land wherever you want. I land Lethal Labs and sometimes everybody is landing on me and then sometimes it's just me and another player and then sometimes I get Lethal Labs to myself. Um what I will say is if you can't land where you're landing, like say you're out dropped, please keep in mind that you don't have to land there. You can reroute to another spot on the outskirts of your point of interest. So wherever you land, that's fine. Have a game plan. You can carry med kits if you're landing edge map and you think you're gonna end up playing Storm. Storm is not the same as how it used to be in previous seasons and previous chapters. Zone is a lot. Games are a lot faster, so zones go by quicker, and you're getting hit with 5 tick in 5th zone instead of 6th zone, which how it used to be. I believe it used to be 6th zone. I think maybe even 6th zone was a 2 tick and 5th zone was a 1 tick. Yeah, so it was 7th zone when the 5 tick started. This time it's a 5 tick in 6th zone. So games are a lot faster. You don't want to get stuck in the storm for too long. Like me, I'm landing middle of the map, so I can like just camp. Like I don't have to rotate, which means I don't have to play storm, which means I don't have to carry med kits. Cause in the end game, my goal, we're gonna talk about the end game, but like your goal in the end game is just to stay ahead of everyone. Um, so I'm looking at the zone. I see that it's closing in on where I'm at. It's 4th zone and around 50 people alive still. So you can tell that this game is gonna be a little stacked. Like it's not gonna be like FNCS Grand Final stacked, but like people are trying to. This is higher elo. People are trying to stay alive. They're not just full on W keying. Like there could be like 30 something people left in this game, and like you just know you were in a horrible lobby. So I'm just refarming. When you do get ready to make a box, it's good to make a box on something that you can refarm, whether it's next to some brick or a building. Like you want to be able to refarm so you can keep your mats. Because once you box up out in the open, then it's pretty much over with on those mats, unless you can like find a nearby spot with brick. But I say just box up on a next to a rock or a building. Me, I prefer buildings because they're more safer. You can refarm behind cover easier rather than like going to a rock and trying to like build a wall and avoid getting shot, and then you break the rock because you're like getting shot at. Like it's so grief sometimes. So I just prefer a building. So yeah, 4th zone is starting to conclude. We got 9 seconds on the timer. I'm not sure if zone's closing in and it's going to be 5th, or we're going to start the zone closing in. But something's about to happen. Yeah, we just hit 5th zone. We did not pull. Now watch what I do here. I believe what I do is I leave immediately because there's no point in staying where I'm at if zone is so close. Now here I don't have that luxury to get a building or to get a brick rock to refarm. So I'm just holding my metal out, and as soon as I get to zone, I just make a box full of metal. Now I don't know why that person didn't shoot at me, but I was gonna try my best to get in without having to build anything until I'm actually in, and it worked. I don't think they saw me. I came from an angle where people aren't looking, so I just made sure to like have a quick, clean rotate, have my builds out, and now I'm in zone. I'm in metal. My best advice for you in these type of situations, as we got 44 up, is to just build in metal. Like you're not gonna be able to refarm brick. You're not gonna be able to refarm metal. However, using the mats to be safe is better than just like making brick and then you're getting shot at, or someone decides to box up right next to you, and instead of 5 pickaxes it's 3 pickaxes for them to get your wall. And always make 2 boxes, whether it's a 1x2 or a 2x1. I think this is a 1x2, so like I can play both boxes. Typically I would like to do a 2x1, or whatever you call it, the one that you go up, like up a layer, so then you have a box that you're in above and one below. And like you go for your tags, say if you get shot back at and you need to like drop down, you're in metal, it's gonna take a while for people to just like lobby you. But if you're in brick, I feel like you can get lobbied way easier. And trust me, I've gotten lobbied in a few solo scrims, solo rank cups, solo tournaments, whatever. Like it's not fun getting lobbied at all. So we're gonna get ready for rotate for this 6th zone. I'm just looking back right now because, and I just got a free kill off that. Like you get kill points, so if you can catch someone just like down bad before rotate, then you can do that. Like you just want to make sure you're rotating with everyone else. Like you don't want to be the first person to rotate or the last person to rotate. Like you don't want that to happen because then you just get focused. Like you want to like be within the pack. And then what I've been trying lately is just trying to like stay above people, so I'm not like the one getting focused. And it's been working pretty good for me lately. So right now we're gonna set up this rotate, and you see I had to use more mats if I just did a 2x1. I wouldn't have had to do that. So you can just jetpack out if you do the 2 layers. I get into a spot where I think I can be safe, and I instantly build up above me. Like, and keep in mind, we're in close quarters with everybody. So I have metal. Like, I do not want to risk getting focused. Um, I don't think brick is horrible, but I just feel safer in metal. Like, metal just gives you that extra sense of security. So I just always do metal. So we're gonna sit here in metal. All we're doing is looking out a cone. We still got 118 builds. Actually, I opened an edit. I don't know why I did that. I don't have to do that. Maybe I'm just trying to make sure I have surge, because it's still 37 up and it's 6 zones. So I don't remember if surge popped this game or not. But it's just good that if you can get it, then you have it. Then you go for it. So here I pulled zone, and this is like an area where I kind of struggle with because I'm not really sure what to do here. So any advanced players watching this, let me know what y'all think. Like, when you're so close to zone, should I have tarped like that? Should I have done brick? Should I just not have done anything and ran in? Like, this is one of those situations where, like, a decision needs to be made. Decision making is like, there's so many decisions to make in Fortnite. So what happened is, this person right here decides that he wants to replace everything that I built. So I recognize that and I just go forward. Now here, as you can see, I built with metal. Someone tried to shoot at me and maybe try to get me lobbied. However, I had metal built, so I was good to go. So I use some fizz so I can rotate. Like I said, max rotations. This is like the flowberry fizz. I only use 5 of that, and I have 95 left, which is 19 more charges on that, which gives me good rotates in close quarters, or like if I need to get a little bit of a distance without like having to waste all my builds. Because if you don't have this, and you're just gonna have to like super build, or if you have the med smoke, that's also good to have, but you only get 3 uses out of that essentially. So you have to be really smart, and with that, like, you have to sit there to get all of the shield from it. So what I notice is someone on height is looking at me while I'm trying to like make my jetpack rotate setup. So what I do is I look the other way to leave out my box. You don't ever want to make an edit where someone can see the edit that you're making, because it's just gonna like grief you. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna go ahead and rotate this. Like I said, just using your jetpack, getting to a good spot, building. Like, I took some storm here, which I didn't really like. Actually, I really don't know how I got out of this situation. That was a really bad rotate. But I get out of this situation, and oh, I fully tarped. Oh my god. In my brain, I was like, max passion, max passion, max passion. I was like, let's lock in on this, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. So this is fun though. I love this game. So we end up using all our mats pretty much, and we do another jetpack rotate. But that is why you max farm at the beginning of games, because it took me into the last build to save me on this. So that was pretty nice to see that play out. Like I said, just want to make sure you can get max everything that you can early game, because it'll set you up good for here. Here I have a fizz. We're gonna fizz rotate down the low ground, and maybe we can pick up some kills. So actually, you might see one now. Just make sure you sub to the video. Ooh, yeah, you got to sub off that kill right there. You got to sub. If you watching and you haven't subbed, you got to sub on that one, bro. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so watch the 31-year-old get 2 more kills and frag out in the end game. So let's see what happens here. So I'm just getting focused. I block my back. You always have to block your back. And then I'm off the fizz, so I'm getting far. And those mats that I had helped me make some more boxes when I got in. I'm trying to play a high layer, but really I just need to drop, and I just used all my mats. So yeah, if you have any tips on this, like these situations, help me out, please. I've been playing solo endgame. That's a map that you want to play if you want to do good in the cups. I wanted to make sure I told you all that. But yeah, let's keep locked in on this. So we have no builds. We're just ratting around. You can rat around. You can like play other boxes, play corners. Just be a rat in endgame. If you run out of mats, you can be a rat. There's nothing wrong with it. Pop a little fizz so I can go forward. Sometimes I feel like I use the fizz and I don't have to. So I gotta work on that. But we get another refresh right there. We just fragging out, bro. Like 31 years old in the solo cup, a stacked end game. Let's go. So we get the gold pump. We edit out. We're out of mats pretty much again. I gotta just work on my tarping, cheap tarps. I really don't know if there was something I could do there, but this is the third time this end game that I'm out of mats. But again, I'm just playing like a rat. I'm just staying mobile. I'm not like sitting in one spot, and we just pick up another kill. I'm so mad I looked at that and I lost. I didn't get that brick, because if I got that brick, I may would have been able to win this game. So we try to tarp. We run out of mats again, and that's like the fourth time that we did it. If we can be a little better with our building, we can run out of mats less times and maybe win these type of games. So this is a VOD review for me, like I said. Like, even though you're watching and I'm explaining, like, this is also a VOD review for myself. But thank y'all for tuning into the video, and be ready for a video this Friday.